Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is a pretty special one. This is VIN 0306. Why is this a special one? Well, this is a 2016 223, which is Caviar with LA20 black interior. That's pretty standard. What is not standard is there were only 2 cars made for Guam, for the Guam market. It's the satellite United States possessions is what they call it. That's Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Guam, Marshall Islands, things like that. Well, there is a specific Guam market, and there were only 2 of these cars. One of them happens to be imported to the United States, and this is that one. The other one is still in Guam, and it has the red and black interior, which we couldn't get in the rest of the United States, and that car is a true one of one. But this car is one of 2, but one of one in this combo for Guam. So this car is a one of one car. It is for sale on Facebook Marketplace here at the end of January 2026, $39,500 with 104,000 miles. So it's got some mileage on it too. Production statistics. As I said, this is one of 2 cars that exist, and worldwide, this was 0.042% of worldwide production. So these cars, it's pretty much as rare as you get, short of it being the only one for a certain market. But this is one of 2. It's even rarer than like Hong Kong. There's 3 cars for the Hong Kong market. This is 2 in Guam, and this is one of those. So what does that get you being a Guam car? It's basically the same as a US spec car, except it doesn't have in-tune, so you don't have any of the remote start. Well, you know, it's 3G technology, so that sunsetted in 2022, but it doesn't have the 3G telematics, so therefore it doesn't have an SOS button. It doesn't have the in-tune as an option in your navigation, in your head unit, anything like that. It does not have power folding mirrors, which is kind of odd because it has a lot of the other stuff that we didn't get. It has manual side shades in the rear. It has a power rear sunshade. It has a power opening and closing trunk. And otherwise, it's basically the same. It does have a full-size spare tire, and that is something that the US didn't get, but you could get it in Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Guam, and overseas as an option. But this car, both of the Guam cars have the full-size spare tire. So that's cool because a lot of guys want that, and you know, this already has it. Carfax, Epic VIN, and AutoCheck. So Carfax shows this as a 3-owner, 1 damage reported in May of 2024, and it says minor damage. And I'll get to that in a minute. I know the history on this car. Epic VIN shows this as a 3-owner, 1 damage reported in May of 2024, and AutoCheck shows this as a 3-owner, no accident car. This car is a 3-owner, 1 damage event reported, and I'll get into that here in just a minute. Previous sales. So this car, I would assume, went on sale for the same price that it did in the US, but it could be more. $88,000 to $90,000 is kind of where these cars were when they were new. This car was imported from Guam to the United States in Port of Long Beach in California in April of 2016 by a US military service member, and the owner lived in Connecticut. Then it was for sale at an Audi dealer in March of 2019 for $50,000 with 15,000 miles in Connecticut. And as I said before, 2019, maybe early 2020 was like as cheap as you would get these cars, and that's evidence. You know, $50,000 when this car had 15,000 miles, that would be a $60-something thousand car today. Then it was for sale in November of 2024 by the previous owner that I know and have talked to and I'm familiar with. It had some awesome looking wheels on it, and I would love to put those on like my blue GSF, but it was lowered. It had Tom's exhaust, it had some other mods, $45,000 with 94,000 miles in South Carolina. And I love the look of just it's perfect stance, perfect wheels, I love it. But it didn't sell, and the owner traded it in on an LC500. And then it popped up for sale in March of 2025, 97,000 miles for $43,000 at the Lexus dealer that they traded it in. And now here at the end of 2026, the current owner that bought it from the Lexus dealer, selling it for $39,500 with 104,000 miles. And the owner, his ad, he has a Google Drive that has all of the stuff, because the Lexus service history, that VIN does not work on the US system, so you can't see the service history online, but he does have everything, and the Lexus dealer can still pull it up. But he has all of that, as well as the pictures of the damage. And so there's actually 2 events. There's, if my mind serves correct here, the owner hit an animal like a skunk or something in the road I think that's what he said, he told me. But that's where the damage on the front bumper came from, and the bumper was replaced and repainted. It originally had paint protection film on it, but when they had it repainted, they did not replace the PPF just on the bumper. The rear damage is somebody backed into it in a parking lot. So that's the damage this car has, and it looks like it was properly repaired, so I wouldn't question any of that, but that's something of note. Now, it does have a couple chips on the front of it because of the lack of paint protection film now. So, you know, if I were gonna buy it, maybe I'd get the hood and the front bumper repainted again and then put paint protection film on it. I'm an advocate for paint protection film, but you may not be. It does look like in the photos that the carbon fiber trim is just now starting to delaminate. So it could be that way for a while. If you take it up to a cold climate, it could delaminate fully very quickly. But as far as the price goes, I think for the history, for the mileage, everything else, like if anything, it might even be a little low, but you know, somewhere in the low 40s is where I would put this car. When these cars have about 100,000 miles, low 40s to around $40,000, that's kind of where things are at right now. But yeah, so I'd say the price is pretty spot on. Service history, as I said earlier, the US system does not work with service history, but in the for sale ad, there is a link to a Google Drive where it has everything, and some of it shows up on the Carfax. The car does look very well dealer serviced over the lifetime so far, so I don't have any issues there as far as, it doesn't look like it was lacking in service history. There's not like 3 entries for 100,000 miles. And the recent service shows that the spark plugs were replaced, the differential was serviced, the transmission was serviced, new brakes, and new tires. So I would think it's pretty much ready to go, short of inspecting the valley plate. As far as the customer service programs, I don't know if they apply to this car being a Guam car. The ZLZ, the dash replacement, it may not apply here. So I'm not gonna speak on whether or not Lexus would cover that, but you know, that's something you'll have to look into and ask your dealer. But I would say inspect the valley plate and go enjoy this car. It looks like it's pretty well ready to go. You have a lower cost of entry into GSF ownership. Most of these cars you see in, you know, the upper 40s, lower 50s. So this car you can get in the 30s. So I'd say pretty well priced, pretty well serviced, and it's a cool car. You get to say you have one of 2 that exist for a certain market, and it's really only a one of 1 for that market. But in the US, it's a common color combination, black on black. So cool car, a little bit of history, doesn't really add too much to the value overall, but it is a really neat car with a cool history. So anyway, that's what I've got for you guys. VIN 306, probably worth checking this one out. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon.